There'd been so much promise in the air that spring of 2006.
Okay, child of the zodiac, here is your astrological forecast.
The second act of a radio man.
Taurus, it's diet time when you are required to wear a red flag on your butt.
All that fun on the radio was over, yes, but now he was all set to sail the world, live a dream. And then he winds up floating face down 7 miles off the coast of California's Catalina Island, a bullet hole in the back of his head. But who wanted him dead, and why? Detectives Ken Clark and Robert Martindale started by asking his friends.
What did you find out about him?
The thing I noticed about this case, and I give the credit to his friends, was he was surrounded by a group of very close friends that knew a lot about him. These are lifelong friends.
He was just a great sounding board, somebody I'd call if I was angry, if I was frustrated, if I needed advice.
He could talk you down,
Yeah.
or talk you up.
He could do both, usually at the same time.
And recently, Stephen had found a sounding board of his own, a new friend named Harvey Morrow.
Oh, he's just a quiet, easygoing guy. He came up to him and said, "Oh my gosh, I'm such a huge fan of Stephen being the Hawk." Stephen thought that was awesome.
Stephen soon became fast friends with Harvey and his wife, Debbie.
What did you think of Stephen?
He was so funny, and he had such a great love of music, and he loved to cook. I thought, oh, this man's going to be perfect to go on the boat with us.
Ah, yes, the boat. Harvey headed docked at the LA Yacht Club, a 69-foot beauty called the Ilar Mara. Harvey and Debbie had big plans for that boat. They talked about it ever since their first date.
He says, what do you want to do when you retire? And I said, I want to sail all over the world.
It was her dream of a lifetime, and now Debbie actually found the man who shared it. They married at the dawn of the new millennium, right here on the front porch of their new Texas home. All that adventure to look forward to. And now Harvey had invited Stephen to go along as chef on their beloved yacht. Stephen moved aboard, lived with them on the boat. But before they set sail, there was some work to do.
He'd bought this kind of basically old rusty tub, right?
Yeah.
Greg Libano helped Harvey fix up the old tub. Greg fashioned all the stainless steel trim. Felt a connection with Harvey, too.
He was a Wall Street guy, investment banker, rejecting society.
A little bit like you had.
Yeah. I'm an outlaw mentality. That's what we wanted, you know.
Though as Greg watched Harvey pour money into the boat, the flat screen, the teak, the $50,000 washer-dryer.
Holy cat, you can buy another boat for 50 grand.
Sure.
He just wanted the biggest and the best of what he could get, you know.
Before Harvey dropped out, he'd been in the investment banking business, had some old stock investments that finally paid off, he said, and so he plowed the money into the boat, along with what a still working Debbie was able to contribute.
He says, don't worry, you know, so what if you have to work another year?
He said that?
Yeah.
What did you think?
It's like, well, okay, work another year. But by that time, I'm in it. The boat's bought. He's already sunk so much money into it. So it's like, let's just get this done.
Can't walk away now.
Right, can't walk away now. Let's get it done.
They did not ask Stephen to kick in a share, which was probably just as well, given how Stephen was with money.
The creative side of his mind worked very well, but he was not a good money manager.
Stephen Baby Williams, as his friends told the detectives, had lived hand-to-mouth most of his life. He was a radio guy, made good money, and spent it. Finance, not a strong suit, said his friend Doug Johnson.
He was bad with money and he was paperwork averse. He would just forget to file his taxes for a few years.
How many years would he go?
Oh, his record was 8.
But then Stephen's father died, and the bad money manager was suddenly confronted with a windfall. Stephen inherited nearly $2 million. So now he'd have to manage real money.
He was trying to manage the estate, trying to get things organized, which for Stephen was an almost impossible battle.
Sure.
But happily, there was Harvey, the ex-banker, to help him get the money socked away. A nice, safe tax haven. Offshore.
Stephen had said he's helping me with stuff. He's a retired financial planner, investment banker.
Just the sort of person I need right now.
Yeah, and boy, this would be a real great help.
But that was just business. What really caught Stephen's imagination was sailing around the world. That is, if the boat ever got finished.
Because every time he turned around, it was a new computer being put in, or new paintings and fireplaces and satellite systems.
and 2 bathrooms and its full kitchen, and, well, never seemed to end. 2 years passed, 3 years. Stephen waiting and waiting.
He had wanted to go to culinary school, but Harvey kept saying, oh, we're going to set sail soon, we're going to set sail soon.
And then one day, without a word to anyone, Stephen simply disappeared.
Coming up, the questions begin. Where was Stephen? And what had happened to his newfound fortune?
I said, how could this be? I mean, you're a multimillionaire and you don't have any money.
When Dateline continues.